Right, shalom, shalom. This is brother One coming back with another lesson. First and foremost, I'm going to say Kah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Hakudash. And as always, I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the elect. And salutations to the great multitude destined for salvation also. So, I'm doing this lesson this morning because I had a dream last night that I want to get into. So yeah, the dream was it's kind of deep, but it was prophetic. It was it was a prophetic dream. It was about a particular prophecy that's going to come to pass, man. So I'll just go through the dream. So you know how dreams can be. They're very convoluted sometimes, but sometimes there's bits in the dream that make complete sense. And sometimes there's parts that don't. So I'm riding in the car with people. I don't really can't remember who these people even are. And there's some noises going on as we're driving around. And as I look at the back of the car, back window, I see like these like 6 or 8 things drop into the ground, right, into these buildings behind. And there's a massive boom and that, and people thinking that, like the building's collapsing or something. They didn't notice the things coming down. And then I see another like 6 to 8 of them, like a little further away, but like to the left of the first position. I hope this is making sense. And what it is they're missiles dropping, man. They're missiles dropping. So, we get out the car and that, and we're at a situation where we can see far off into the distance. Like we can see like the horizon. I don't know where we are. It doesn't really matter. Um, and in the distance, you can see that a massive nuke has gone off. Like the mushroom cloud is there, and the shockwave's gone. No, the shockwave hasn't gone. The shockwave is kind of on its way. That's it. The shockwave's on its way, and someone says, "Oh, someone's saying, oh, we need to we need to get inside. Let's get inside." So, and everyone's rushing to get inside, and I think it was around the corner basically from one of these people's houses. And like I said, I don't even know who these people are, man. I don't recognize them. Because the fact of the matter was that they didn't know what was going on, but I knew what was going on, right? I knew it was that time. So, we're in the house, and someone says, "Look, we should go and try and get underground." Like, they're talking about that's how they knew there's some caves close by, right? So anyway, cut a long story short, everybody's like obviously ill prepared because it was just a day, and all of a sudden the end is here. And missiles are popping off and whatnot, and big nukes and all of this. So people were caught off guard, man, and that's how it's going to be in that day, man. Right? That's why the scriptures talk about a thief in the night. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much. I want to continue the story. There's not really much to say, but I'm going to continue the story. But let me read some of this anyway. So this is Joel 2:1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." And that's the whole point, really, because it was a shock, man, to the people then, because they didn't see this coming, man. And that's how the Lord is gonna arrive, man. All right, that's how he's gonna arrive. And bear in mind, in this dream, Yahweh hadn't even arrived yet. It's just kicking off. This is just like the beginning. All right. It says, "A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. They have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations." And getting back into the dream, before you know it, everywhere it was darkness and gloominess everywhere, man. The sky turned black, and it wasn't nighttime. It wasn't nighttime, man. It says a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. So it says nothing shall escape them, man. That means that the only thing that is going to escape that destruction are the men of the Lord, man, and those that are meant to be left behind for punishment, man, to go into the kingdom as captives, man. You know, those that will be dragged out of the pits and all of that. But we'll get into that. Um, Verse 4 says, "The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run." So this is like, obviously, we're talking about the visions of Joel back in the day, where he didn't even understand what he was seeing, right? So now, when we have, if and when we have dreams about such things, we're in the times now that we know what we're seeing, because they exist in our time. But in Joel's time, these things didn't exist, man. So this is why the scriptures, when it comes to the prophecies, are very cryptic, because it's going back to old times where the things that are gonna happen quite soon involve things that weren't even created, man. It says, verse 5 says, "Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array." So they kind of come like in formations, man. You know, um, and it says, in battle array, man. These things, they won't be able to be stopped, man. They no, they remember, this is why the Lord is called the Lord of Hosts, man. These things are of the Lord, man. They're not of this world. People think that the Oppenheimer, and no, man. The Spirit was put on that man, like, to do that, man. Was it Isaiah 60? Let me quickly jump to there. So Isaiah 60. No. Um, Let me think about this. Like, Isaiah. You know what? Let's just do it an easy way. Let's do it the easier way, because I'll be looking forever. I know it's in Isaiah. I just can't remember right now. There it is. 54, not 64. 54. Isaiah 54:16 says, "Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." Says it all, man. That waster is, those nuclear weapons. First it was the atomic, now it's the nuclear, man. So this is all the doing of the Lord, man. All right, Esau doesn't. No one controls anything. Let's quickly go back to Job, because I've got a few I want to get into, and I don't want it to run too long. So yeah, man. So yeah, and another part of the dream was, as you know, as we're gathering together in this person's house, talking about getting out of there. Nobody is even dressed correctly, man. So I'm trying to put on some clothes and that, so I can just, actually, be more, protected, so to speak. Not that it mattered in the dream, but you just felt, everybody felt like there was, like, it was like a summer's day or something like that, and like people in t-shirts and all of this, and it was like, nah, man, I want to put on, I think I might have been barefoot, and you know how dreams can be, but it was just to show you that, it wasn't to show you that, or to show me that oh, you need to be dressed a certain way in when a day. It just shows you that it was to show you that the unpreparedness of the arrival or of that day, man, of the destruction on that day and the arrival of Yahweh Shai, you know, because you can have your little things to to protect yourself in the troubled times to come, but you might not even have access to those things, man. Besides, if you're of the Lord, man, then all you got to worry about is getting on a chariot, man, and that's the bottom line. Um, let's continue this on Joel 2:6. It says, "Before their face the people shall be much pain; all faces black shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men; they shall climb like the wall, like they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another; they shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded." So that's talking about once again the missiles, man. They're going to hit their targets, man. They're not going to be going into one another and being destroyed. They're going to hit what their supposed targets, man. It says, "They shall run to and fro in the city; they shall run upon the wall; they shall climb upon the houses; they shall enter in the window in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them; the heavens shall tremble; the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining." Right, and let's just get a quick one to just go with that. In fact, it's in the same chapter. Where is it? A bit further down. Hold on, select it. Where is it? No, I've gone past it. Hold on a minute. Uh, no, it's not. I'm thinking of something. I've got something back in Job, but let me get what I'm actually trying to think of. Isaiah, select it. And as I mentioned, someone was talking about going into hiding in caves. There's no hiding from it. There's no hiding from it in that day, man. Either you're gonna get redemption, you're gonna get salvation, or you're gonna perish, man. Or if it's not one of those two, then you're gonna be left for captivity, man. Isaiah 24:18 says, "And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean dissolved, the earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again." Right, so that it's going to be so much destruction, man, that the earth is going to be shaking, man. Imagine that. It says, "And it shall come to pass," to verse 21, "in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth." So these guys out there building their bunkers and all of that, it's all in vain. because it's not going to work, man. You're going to get taken out of that anyway, man. Anyway, let's move on, because I've got, like I said, I've got a few that I want to get into. 2 Peter 3:10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are in, shall be burnt up." All this stuff that you see around is going to be destroyed, man. All the buildings, all the cars, all the infrastructure, all the monuments, everything is going to be done, man. Right? And the last part of the dream was when it was all dark, man. You could look up to the sky and you could see. It's almost like you could see galaxies and the universe, and like the parts of the universe you ain't ever seen before. And I'm telling you, man, I saw literally thousands of chariots moving around in formations, making shapes and forms, and it was unbelievable, man. I mean, look, we've seen chariots here on Earth before, and it's always a sight to behold. But what I saw in the dream was unbelievable, man. I'm talking like the sky just everything was clear, like on the clearest. Like imagine like obviously it was dark and gloomy, but imagine that you could see everything of the chariots, man. You could see all the chariots, like, and I'm talking hundreds of thousands. Like one spot you see in like 20,000, another there's 30,000 flying all together, like in you doing the same movements in unison, man. It was unbelievable. Yeah, let's quickly get that one. Quick one. This Psalm 68:17 says, "The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place." Yeah, the Lord Yahweh Shai is among them, man. You know, when you go into Second Esdras, is it Second Esdras, or is it Second Esdras 13? Let's have a look at that real quick. Yeah, I'll read this quick. Second Esdras 13:1. It says, "And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night." See, so Ezra's having, the prophets have dreams, man, and visions, man. We'll get into that anyway. It says, "And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him." So the Lord's coming with the thousands of heaven, man, the chariots and the angels. I'm not going to read too into it, because like I said, I've got other things I want to get into. But I'll read 6 to 7. And it says, "But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the regional place whereat the hill was graven, and I could not." And that's talking about the chariot, what we call the fathership that Yahweh is coming on. It's going to be so vast in size that you will not be able to see the beginning or the end of it, man. That's why it's described as a mountain. Acts 2:17 says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. And I will show wonders in heaven above, the signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before that great day and notable, that great and notable day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass, and this is the important part. It's all important, but this is very important. And shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. So there's no Most High Christ blessed. There's no Yahweh Sha'ah, Yahweh all these new wines that these cats want to start bringing out, man. It's Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, man. All right, those are the names to be calling on. And you can't just call on them just because you know their names, man. That's not how it's going to work. Scripture say, many shall say, Lord, Lord. You know, but he's going to say, I have not known thee, man. You know? And like, Job 33rd chapter talks about the Lord sealing the instructions in our dreams at night, man. To what? To put forth what we got to do that next day, man. Like the Lord did last night, man. Putting that vision in my mind for me to do this lesson about it today, man. It's a stark warning. Listen, we can talk about everything, but that's the ultimate thing that's on its way, man. And these nations are heating up with the talks of war, man. Especially between NATO and Russia, man. Because we really know who controls NATO, man. It's Babylon. So that's heating up. And let's get one more about them chariots, man, because for us, for those of us that believe, and to us that's salvation, man. But to the rest of the world, it's going to be destruction. Zechariah 5:1 says, "Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. And then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it." "I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief." Who's the house of the thief, man? That's the house of Edom. "And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name." Yeah, that's all you so-called 2/3 in America, and the rest of you wicked jakes out there, man. "And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof." So destruction is coming forth for all you wicked Edomites, all you heathens, man, and you heathens of Israel, man. You know. So yeah, man. That's just thought I'd share my little experience I had in the night, man, with that dream. Yeah, it was crazy. It's hard to come into the next day unless you wake up in the middle of the night and write everything down. I managed to remember most of what I needed to remember, but yeah, man, it was very visual, very clear. The parts that needed to be clear, like the bombs dropping, the mushroom cloud of the nuclear devices, and the chariot part was unbelievable. I've had a dream like that before, man, where I've seen like just thousands of chariots in formation in the sky, in the darkness, just moving around, waiting to do their thing, man. So anyway, Lord willing, this is edifying, man. And I finish by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakah HaKodash. And I say shalom to the next one, man. Shalom.